first of all, we'd like to welcome you to
Fountain Pendulum.
There you go. And Janice is also one of the hosts that's going to be entertaining us. But I didn't advertise it yet. I just wanted to see who would come on today. But we will do more advertising, I believe, next month or whatever we agree on. So
yes, we want to have worldwide participation.
And we're going to get there somehow. So I've already spoken to some friends in India and they want to come on, and we're just trying to work out a time with them. So does anybody by chance know, do we have or can we get access to a translator on the computers? Anybody know?
Translator on computer. Translator for what?
To talk to people in different languages.
Oh, it depends what language. Honestly.
Okay. There's Liz.
Are you talking about the Italian guy? Or?
The Italian and Indian. India for two.
India speaks English. Most of the India speaks English. There won't be a problem with India.
Yeah, well, the ones I've talked to do have a problem. They don't understand the word of it. I know what you're talking about because I've had interactions with some people.
Oh, right. Okay. Accent.
Yeah, but I was lost when they were trying to tell me, you know, Larry, we don't understand. So, okay. So, but anyway, hopefully we might get some that will understand. Because there are quite a few there, yeah, because Frank interacts with a lot in his work. Is that correct, Frank? Hello, Danny.
Yes.
Oh.
Danny, hey, Danny, did you not send me a message earlier?
Did what, huh? What?
Did you not send me a message earlier?
Yeah, he said keep a seat warm for him.
Yeah, I did. See?
I can't find it.
Hang on, somebody got the message.
Oh!
It's warm? Oh, toasted.
Okay,
I can't find it. Yeah, I cannot find it.
My only problem today is going to be not confusing Lannis and Janice.
Because they'll leave. Yes. So anyway, okay. So
I'm the type of person that would probably answer to both. So
I accidentally called Lannis Janice. Janice, you weren't here that day.
So first of all, the information I want to pass to everybody is that, because Doc was wondering, Doc Joe, as far as a Pelican Hub meeting, and Janice can, I'm not Janice, but Lannis can give more feedback on it. They met for the first time yesterday due to the pandemic. Yes. A friend of mine was telling me about that. They don't have an online pen meet, just in person. So that's what we got. Now, Lannis, can you give me some more feedback and correct me for any mistakes? Take it away.
That's true, because each hub is like all over the place. So in Ontario, there was one out in east of Toronto, there was a downtown Toronto, there was a Mississauga, there was a London, there was a Cambridge, and probably a number of other places there. So it's just not something that's feasible to get on an actual Zoom meeting to do that, something like that. And you're right. This Pelican Hub is held annually, and yes, they were shut down for the last couple of years because of the pandemic. But basically, what goes on is people sign up. You have to sign up, I think, sometime in the summertime to attend, and Pelican hosts it, so to speak. Usually, they give you some swag like a bottle of ink. They didn't do that this year. But you did get their, oh, here we go. There's their pad of paper. And did you get the magazine too?
Yes, I did, yes.
And Hub is run very, very uniquely. So some hubs have donors that donate all kinds of cool stuff that they have draws for. Some have, like, I saw online today, I saw One had like a bingo game for pelicans, so you must have had a card of some sort that had different memorabilia about pelican, like their 4001 or their Ottostein or something. And I'm guessing somebody was calling out numbers or whatever, and if you got a bingo, you won a prize. Lots of people will take you ink samples. They have, a lot of ink, and they'll fill vials and they'll give those away. I happen to have a couple of extra moleskin journals that I had, and an extra bottle of Eidelstein aquamarine and some 2017 Scriptus ink. And I had bought, a couple of them when I was there because some people had wanted Scriptus ink. So I took those over, and when they were finished all the other draws, we continued drawing names out of the bag for those who didn't get anything. And I gave away the moleskins and the ink. So they do that kind of thing. It's usually in a venue, something like a restaurant, so people can buy food. Although I did see a number of pictures where it looks like food was catered in or brought in or something along that line, or people just brought extra, munchies, that kind of thing. So, and basically you take whatever pens you want. And let's be clear on this. Yes, it is sponsored by Pelican Hub, but it is not, all other brands are not vetoed. You can bring whatever pens you want to share, or especially if you have a pen that was really hard to get, you might want to share that with the hub themselves. But obviously, the mainstay is showing off your pelicans and having different nibs, because of course people want to try different nibs of some sort, and socializing and eating and just having a really good time.
How many people do you have in the club?
So in Cambridge, which is where I chose to drive to, although there's a brand new one in Mississauga here now, they had 20. So they had, I think, a lot more were registered, but only 20 showed up. And as you guys know, I mean, Buffalo, Detroit's got some incredible snowstorms coming, and so there was a lot of people that chose not to come because of the weather, the drive, that kind of thing. It was perfectly good drive from Toronto to Cambridge to here. So we went, and I took my daughter with me. She drove, and I took her. She is not a fountain pen aficionado at all. And she came away saying, "Mom, you're really nerdy." And I said, "But look at the community I have. Look at all of the people that I meet with on different Zoom groups, and look at the people that are on our fountain pen friends or our Facebook groups of Canadian fountain pen enthusiasts. Look at all the community I have." And of course, for me, one of the beauties of all that is that, with Zoom groups like this, you don't have to travel. And my mobility is not so good anymore. So traveling and looking for a parking space and being close to whatever venue is not the easiest for me. So there's a lot of big pluses in our communities here, whether it's on Larry Zooms or whether it's on Fountain Pen Friends or whatever. It's just a wonderful community.
What's everybody's input? We're thinking about doing a few streams. What do y'all think?
On YouTube rather than these filmed ones.
I didn't catch what Larry caught because he was popping up.
On a live stream, he would be the only one on video, and everyone else participates through the chat window that everybody can see.
This is what we used to do a long time ago before Zoom came up. And I know that we had quite a few people on there that they've never seemed to made it to the Zoom. So, that's the one good thing, that we've got a lot of extra people. But the bad thing is that we can't talk like we are now. I mean, we can type into the chat, and that has worked. So, you know, maybe doing this most of the time, doing that once in a while would be a way to get some other people, and maybe we can get them kind of herded over here to the Zoom.
Well, if anybody is interested, please let Frank know, and then he'll let me know. So if there's really not enough interest, you know, I don't want to do it. I want this set up the way we want to set it up and enjoy ourselves and have fun. So that's what the whole thing is. Okay.
Well, I really like a Zoom kind of a meeting because it's so interactive, and it's in the real time. You know, it's not, you know, trying to chat something into, or trying to type something into a chat, and maybe it gets in there, or maybe the thought process has changed already and they're on to some other topic, you know, before you get your words going. So
there is that.
I'm really a proponent of a Zoom kind of meeting.
I think Zooms are good. There is one that's a YouTube on Friday night. Matt Matheson, I believe is his name, and his wife, but they've been doing it for years, and it comes on the same time every Friday
the one about,
night.
But no ads. The guy that says no ads.
Right, but that's because it's been going on for years. And it's consistently at the same time every Friday night, which is not always feasible sometimes. So I think the Zoom will be a good one because I like to see people's faces when they're talking. So
yeah, easier that way. Yeah.
All right, then we'll just leave it alone, leave it like that, and cut that out. So back to Lennis. Don't the hub meet in Dallas still?
Yes.
You do know that? Okay.
I went last night.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
How did it go?
Oh, well, of course, the traffic getting over there was horrible. It took over an hour to get there. And there's, you know, some of us have been talking about, and it was a large number of people, over 60 people. And so we had to pay for a venue, and we paid to have food brought in, which is the first time we've ever done it that way, but that's okay. But there is talk of maybe establishing some smaller hubs, maybe one in Fort Worth, because all of the Dallas hubs seem to be way up north Dallas, and it's just harder every year to get to where it is.
Okay.
The beauty of it is that you only need 7 to start a new hub. So, you know, if you have people in your neighborhood or whatever, you know, you could probably pick that up in no time at all.
Yeah. Anyway, there really were only a few people there that I knew. Most of them were strangers to me. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of people I knew. And there wasn't that much wandering around with people looking at other people's stuff. People pretty much stuck to their tables, which was, you know, not what I was used to. But it was fine. I had to leave a little bit early because I had such a long drive back. It was nice to see a few folks, and I brought my entire Pelican collection, which thanks to Larry, I have enough pen folders to take it all, and but nobody seemed much interested in looking at it.
I wonder why.
So what I found is that it makes a difference how your venue is set up. Like if you have long tables where you can seat, you know, 8 or whatever, it makes a difference in how much socializing is going on, because people have more area to move around in, kind of thing. There's no chairs, that kind of thing. My daughter and I, we were at a coffee cafe, some kind of thing. Anyway, and we happened to sit in a booth So there was only the two of us. So it wasn't the type of thing that, we saw a lot of people really kind of wandering around over to us or anything like that. Of course, most of the tables seated 4, and there was a little bit more interaction there. But I really think that, I learned something this year about how to set up a hub if I ever get involved in mastering one, because it makes quite a big difference how much more social and how much more interaction with your pens or your ink or your paper or that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Go on if you have longer like banquet style tables going on.
Yeah, last hub I went to, not yesterday, but the one before, it was like 40 some people, over 40 people, and it was a small bar, and we were like sardines there. We couldn't move even if we wanted to. But yesterday, the venue was better. There was some open space. We had like 30 people or something, and people were walking around, going from table to table, trying. It was fun. I saw Frank and Mark from Federalist Pens at the hub yesterday. And our hub master, Josh, I don't know if you read his blog, the Pelican Perch.
Yes.
That's our hub master.
Oh, wonderful.
He's our local guy.
Yeah, Frank said he was talking to you. And Frank said he was talking to you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You were talked already.
Hey, Frank, what's with the beanie on? I didn't even know it was you. I thought you had a new toupee or something.
I'm bald and I don't have the heat turned up that high in here. It's been freezing down in Dallas overnight, so just keeping my head warm.
How cold is it there?
Josh did a very nice job yesterday.
I think it's been in the 40s. We've had frost on the cars.
So 36 right now.
Yeah, so a little bit above freezing.
Yeah.
Same here, yeah.
It's 19 here.
Well, it's probably it's probably +2. Of course, we're talking Celsius here.
Yeah, so just above freezing.
Also, I wanted to mention that normally the registration for the Pelican Hub is in early January, and it goes for a month. This year was different. It was kind of short notice, and it shows in the swag a little bit. What's interesting is, as you can see, it says 2022, but the sticker says here 2023. I found it really funny, and it's in German, unlike the previous one.
Does it go from 2022 stand to 2023?
No, the registration for 2023 hopefully will be as normal as it used to be in June next year.
Stan, I don't remember sign up being in January.
June, not January, June.
Okay.
June.
Yeah.
And then
Jay, how many pelicans do you have?
None.
Oh my Lord.
Yet. I don't have any pelicans yet.
Do you have any?
No.
I have probably about
10. Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm sorry. How many?
About 40.
40 for him.
And
now Janet has 50.
Yeah, I have some. Most of them are modern, but I do have some wonderful vintage ones as well.
Yeah, I was able to try M800, M1000, and vintage Pelican M400NN yesterday.
Yes, I have.
So, excuse me, is there a big difference between the vintage Pelican and the newer Pelicans?
Yes.
Tell us.
They tend to be smaller. The nibs are more flexible usually. They have a lot of them have oblique nibs. They're wonderful pens. Very, very reliable. And a lot of fun to write with.
Mm-hmm. Now the Pelican 1000, which is a marvelous, beautiful, loving pen. And I've heard others complain about it. If you press it too hard, it's so springy that you can spring that nib point.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I wonder.
It is the only nib that is bouncy on Pelican pens M1000. Yes, I noticed that writing with them yesterday.
it's not a flex nib in the traditional sense at all, but
That's right. There's a difference in the definition.
It is soft and gives you a nice cushiony ride. I was lucky to find a few years ago an M1050, which has the gold cap, and that's a stunning looking pen. But I also have the all black one. I've got them in all sizes from the 300 all the way up to the 1000. And I think the most comfortable size for me just for writing is the 600. And I have several pens in that range, including several of the City series.
That's an incredible series.
I was fortunate to buy some of those from a collector in California who decided to go in a different direction with her collection. And so she put them up for sale along with several nibs that had been worked over by famous nib meisters. And so I bought a bunch of that from her several years ago. And it's really, really nice. I love that size. It's very comfortable to write.
Ooh, nice.
I just going to show you a few that I took last night, and a few down here that are upside down. But obviously, you know what? It's a place where you really don't want to intimidate people, and some people are coming there just to find out about pelicans. So I only wanted to take, a handful, but they're just really wonderful things, and you don't have to own a pelican to go and register for any of these meetings. Now, if you belong to a pen group, you might hear talk of it. So if you hear talk of it, go ahead and register yourself, because the registration window is not very long. And so you want to get going just, as quickly as you can. And then you can find out by going to some of these hubs whether a pelican is the type of pen for you or not. And, like Jay said, he's got a variety from the M1000 down to the 300 and stuff like that. So different sizes are great for different hands. But it's just a wonderful thing that happens in the pen world, other than the pen shows, that kind of thing. It's a different kind of thing. Or the pen, it's similar to a pen meet, but not quite what it was. But it's a great time to socialize with like-minded people.
Question to everybody. What's your thoughts or inputs on what you like to see on here? Let me tell you what I'm working on right now. I'm working on journaling, working on planners, to have people come on and talk about how they set it up and how they got started. One lady will be from Spain. Then I have some left-hand writers, some left-hand pelican writers that are excited about sharing their thoughts about it. And there was working on some cursive writing, and for me, I think it's very important to keep that alive and to keep it going, because we don't want it to die out. So talking with Doc about that, cursive writing and calligraphy, he was showing us some stuff that really blew me away, just that other people have done back in the 18th century.
1850s.
It was amazing. One guy was, 17 when he first started, and then they throw him out or something, I forgot.
Yeah.
And then he came back with this beautiful cursive, and he did it on his own. So that's pretty amazing stuff. But that's what I'm working on, and of course, bringing other pen people to our table. So anything you need to know, anything you'd like to see, let me know. Or there's Janice, and there's Frank, and there's
Jake.
Richard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, any thoughts right now?
Well, one of the things I would like to see, just like Lannis has been talking about the pelican, which is very interesting to me, so she knows a lot about them. I think we have people here that probably has some expertise in something that I would like to hear them share. Like I was about to ask Lannis, Jay said his favorite was the M600 as far as writing. Which model do you prefer to the others on the Pelican?
Are you asking me?
Uh-huh.
Well, you know what? I think Jay is pretty spot on. An M600 is a really, really good choice. And I have an M1000, and it's huge. And it makes me write differently. It's really weird how it makes me write differently. And that's because the nib itself has some spring in it, but the nib is also huge. The pen's huge, the nib's huge, and it just makes you write differently. I tend to write really fast with it, and then my writing is all sloppy, that kind of thing. But definitely, as Jay said, the M600s are great, and the M800s are nice. I like both those sizes. I have M200 and M1000, so I have lots of variety and lots of choice. I really like, and I don't know what actual model of this, maybe Jay knows that. Jay, do you know what the iconic blue one is? It has a steel nib. And
yes, I have one of those.
It's a really nice writer. You know,
that's a fantastic writer.
And you know, I just want you I just want to say that most of the Pelican, you know, almost 100%, but not all of that, are gold nibs. But let me tell you, that steel nib that I have in my flock is a really great writer. So whether it is steel that you prefer or whether it is gold that you prefer, there are some really great writers that don't have to be in the gold nib range.
Right. Thank you. Real quick to Doc. Doc, you have I'm sorry, go ahead, Stan. Go ahead.
Oh, I said hi, Marilyn.
No, you go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
He just said hi, Marilyn. Yeah, and I was waving at Marilyn too. So.
Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. I lost track of time.
Liz is asking the size difference between M800 and M1000.
Or 600.
No, she's asking about M800.
Well, yeah, just kind of the difference in sizes. I mean, I can look it up online, but I didn't know if you had any handy.
Jay,
Doc, do you have yours handy?
Yeah, let me.
Yeah. And what was that? That Doc said that he got the new Pelican.
Okay, there's an M1000, Liz.
Right. Look at that.
And this one here is an M800.
Yeah, I like the brown.
The two of them together, there's a difference in the thickness. I'm sorry, I can't do any better than that, but yeah, there's a difference in the actual thickness of it. A little bit of height difference, little tiny bit of height.
You can see.
But there's no question about it. In my opinion, the M1000s are like it's pretty wild. That M1000, but it's a lot of fun to have.
Here's an M300 next to an M1000.
These new.
Wow. I didn't realize there was that big of a difference.
Well, the 300s are tiny.
They're more like a pocket pen. I have a 300.
So Doc,
so is the 300 smaller than the 200?
I think
yes.
Okay. The 300 is what I would kind of consider a pocket type pen
Gotcha.
size.
Thank
Now,
you.
Is there a difference between the 3 and the 2?
yes, the 200
I
is,
didn't think
of
there
course,
was.
the 200 is a steel pen, and it's the same size as an M400 with a gold nib. It's
Okay.
pretty much the same size. The 300 is actually smaller than the 200. Here is that iconic blue with the steel nib that you were talking about. It's a wonderful pen, very nice writer.
I thought that had gold furniture.
Yes, it does. It has gold furniture.
Okay.
Now here is a 600.
Vibrant orange.
Yeah. Here's a 600. Here is a 400. This is the M450 green tortoise, which I think is one, if not the most beautiful pen they ever made. And just for a size comparison, it's just a little bit shorter than the 600.
I don't know. I've seen pictures of this ocean swirl thing, and I almost swoon every time I think I've seen one for sale.
Well, somebody had one at the meeting last night. I never bought one of those. It just didn't appeal to me.
They're so beautiful.
I looked at so many ocean swirls, and I was just concerned about where the black pigment of the swirl went.
Yeah.
And some of it was just they just weren't that nice. And I had my chance to buy one, and I did not. I think but my pastor bought that, and I said to him not very long ago, "Hey, have you got that ocean swirl for sale?" But I had my chance to buy it, but I just wasn't really happy with the workmanship of it. And I've seen a lot of them, and it just appears to be that way. But that's not to say that I'm not wishing I had one in my flock. But anyway, I don't.
Now here's a fairly rare one. This is the ocean blue, which was one of their earlier special editions, and this one has a triple broad. Yeah.
Wow.
How does it ride?
Broad. Very.
Do you really enjoy it? I mean, do you really enjoy the experience with that?
Yes, but it's not something you would write with for everyday writing. It's something to play with.
So, Janice, what I really want to know is what you were wanting to talk about in this meeting, because this Pelican Hub and everything is kind of taken over, but I don't think that's what this was all about.
No, I think this is exactly what, if we were having a pen club meeting and we were discussing this is probably what we would do, because it's interesting me. I've never been to one, and I've heard about them, but they've always, like Jay said, been in Dallas, and that's kind of a long ways for me to drive. So now I'm more interested in if you do have smaller groups, maybe one near Fort Worth. I would like to do that.
I think we should try to go for that maybe next year, because the Dallas group is just out of control. And it's so difficult to get to, especially when it starts at 6:30 on a Friday. You've got rush hour traffic to deal with, and it's not a very pleasant experience getting over there.
Well, going back to Lena's question, Larry gave you his kind of vision of what he would like to do, but I've been in Zoom meetings before, and it seems like we've got some really interesting people that join these that have expertise in something that they could share with us, and I'm still learning a lot, and like today, Lennis, I learned a lot about the Pelican Hub thanks to you, and I appreciate that. That's kind of what I'm looking more for to see too, is the people who show up sharing something, you know. Now, Doc, if he's at our pen clubs, we always tweaking his brain about stuff because he knows everything about pens. And we're always asking him questions, and he's always got something interesting. Pen club here at Fort Worth with anything from Jay, and that's the kind of stuff I enjoy, is seeing what other people have and what they have to say.
So what again, Janice, what was that you said you'd like to see more of?
I just our people, like today we got off on the Pelican Hub. I thought that was quite interesting, and I just got to notice my internet connection is unstable, so I might disappear here a moment. But you know, Stan comes and he's always very quiet, but I'm sure he's got something to share. And Dan, I know he probably has some stuff, and Liz. And Marilyn, of course, I watch his YouTube stuff, so I know he's got stuff. And so, you know, there's enough of us that, you know, even if we don't have a guest, we could probably get some good discussion and stuff going.
Well, yeah, it's not all about just having guests on here, about each individual. If they care to share their thoughts and what they like to talk about, then they're welcome to do that. So the guest, you know, it's hard to get a guest, trust me, because they're doing a lot of things. And if you were on, you heard me, I'm already working on some guests to come on. And that's real difficult to get the times right, and my times right to get on here. But yeah, there's a lot of people on here that can talk about a variety of things that would be interested, not just to one, but to several people. And hopefully that will draw their attention in to the group. Well, look what they talk about. Look what they do. You know, it's not all about just this. It's different. Make any sense?
Right. And why don't we let's just go down the line here and just ask each person what they would like to see come out of this. You know, Liz, what would you like to see out of this Pen Club meeting?
Well, I think just getting together and talking about pens with people, maybe there's some new purchases that they've made, or a pen that they saw that, you know, like a new release that's coming out, different nibs that they enjoy using, because I have just fine and medium and some, yeah, that's really all I have, is just really fine and medium nibs. You know, just like different brands. Like I was really stuck on Pilot for so long, and then I want one of those pen things from. Oh, I know, my internet. Okay. I won a pen from one of Joe's giveaways, a sailor, and now I mean, it's like that's just changed my world.
Yeah.
And then now that I've learned about Pelican, I purchased an M200, the Golden Barrel, which is a beautiful pen. And it has the steel, you know, M200s have the steel nibs. So that was just my start into the Pelican world, and I really like it. So that's why I was writing information about the Pelican hubs. I didn't really know what they were all about, so I never paid too much attention to it. So it was something new I've learned here. So I think just all of us just talking about different things. I mean, like I purchased my first pen case for my sailors, you know, different pen cases, paper, you know. So I think everything that everyone has to bring to the table is always good.
I do too. I'm always interested in seeing what people are buying and using. Dan, what about you? What would you like to see?
Well, this sounds, excuse me, really kind of weird maybe, but one of the things that would help me, like I've been trying to find, like a couple of days ago, I'm trying to buy some envelopes. And I get letters from different people, and sometimes like Tony sends me stuff in a black envelope with white writing on it, and different sizes of envelopes, and And it'd be nice to know what size to get, which ones are the better ones, which ones are fountain pen friendly, sources for some of these things, papers. I've been going crazy trying to find an Rhodia R paper pad that is a spiral top, because that's what I use. But all I get is a regular Rhodia. Yeah. So I guess paper pads.
They don't make them in a spiral top. Sorry.
Yeah, there's some things they just don't make. And so envelope sizes, kinds of paper, that sort of thing. I mean, I bought a few things, but paper's not cheap. And if you get something that doesn't work, well, then you got one more something to throw in your drawer, you know. So that's kind of something I think about. You know, I don't buy a bunch of pens. I just got a few pens and I love what I got. So I mean, I can only tell you how many times the same pins over and over again when you talk about your pins. and so that sort of thing.
So interjecting here, if I could interject just a moment, just adding to those envelopes, what I learned was a few years ago, if you write out your envelope with your fountain pen, you know, the address, that you use a just a white one of those cheap stick candles, and rub over it, so that, you know, it becomes waterproof. So when it goes, because like here, you know, in Seattle, it's just raining and damp all winter long, and then you know the ink runs, and then it can't be delivered. So then you can yeah, and it goes through to the letter too. Right through.
This is the kind of stuff I need to hear. So
if you use that candle wax over it, then it protects the you know, your handwritten part of the address.
Wow.
I learned something. See.
Every day when I do my reviews, I always do what I call the water resistance test. And every time I look at certain ones, I'm like, oh, this one's going to be able to be put on the outside of an envelope. Oh, this one's definitely not going to be put on the outside of an envelope because it's going to be gone. There's nothing left. So, but I got to tell you right now that my number one favorite ink for putting on outside of an envelope is this stuff right here. It's Diatramentus Document Black, and it doesn't move. Once it's dry, it's not going nowhere. And I know artists and other calligraphers that use this stuff religiously, and it works in most any pen, so that's good.
Stan, what would you like to see?
Just like Liz said, talking about pens, paper, inks, you know, new stuff, new inventions, new products, old products, vintage products. We can learn a lot, you know, talking to each other.
Okay, thank you. And Jay, what about you?
I think I would like to see more of the global community being involved. And, you know, of course, that's a lot on our time to be able to do these for their time. I was thinking earlier, since I'm off during the summer, maybe some of us could open one up about like 5 in the morning, something like that, and see if anybody from the world drops in.
I'd have to have a lot of coffee too.
Yeah, I was just saying, bring me a boat.
Because your 5 in the morning is what, 3 here.
Wow. James, what about you?
Well, I tell you one thing I would like to hear about is people's experiences in selling pens, because I'm reaching the phase of my collecting cycle where I really cannot justify buying much of anything new, and I need to. I know it takes time to sell pens, especially rare and more expensive ones, and I would like to hear about people's experiences selling and by various means.
There's an Instagram channel. It's called Oh God, let me see. Hold on. I know it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like virtual pen show. Virtual, yeah. Virtual pen show, and you can put you tell the guy that you want to sell a pen. You send him a picture, like a couple pictures of the pen, and then you tell him the price, and he puts it on his site, and then tells the audience to contact you, for example, if they want the pen.
Okay.
So that's one option.
Okay, and then also, in terms of Zoom, what sort of, all I have is the camera that's in my desktop computer. What kind of cameras do you use, for example, for what you're showing right now?
You don't have a cell phone with a camera?
I do.
Yeah, that works perfect.
Yeah, I have in fact, I have a new Apple phone that has a magnificent camera in it.
Oh yeah, then use that. That's what it needs. Yep.
Yeah.
So you've got some kind of a stand though that you put your phone into. Is that right, Marilyn?
I do, but I mean it's not necessary. I mean you could just put the pens down, different angles, take pictures of it.
And then I guess I don't know exactly how you switch between the different video sources.
I use a program called IVCam, and it connects through Wi-Fi to my computer, and it's used as a separate video source.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean.
Okay, Frank, you're the last one, so what would you like to say?
Well, I was going to say the international, and all of the above plus the international, and Jake got that there. But I do have on my camera, since I work with so many people in India, it's about 10:20 p.m. India Standard Time. So this would not be totally unreasonable for them to be up this time of day. So if we can get some people from India, the people in Europe, it's going to be more of a challenge for them. So something earlier morning, maybe not necessarily 5 o'clock, but something early in the morning would be able to get some of the people from that area.
I would like to see more 8, but that's just me.
There you go.
Well, I've got enough to take a bath in, so I can show you a lot.
Well, I'm interested. I've got like well over 1,000 inks over here between.
Actually, one of our little stories, Frank did actually take a bath, or more like a shower in ink one time.
I went to shake a bottle to mix it up, and the cap was not on.
Oh no!
It was just sitting there.
I hope it wasn't Bay State blue.
No, it wasn't. It was, what was it, Jake or Larry? It was a blue.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
terrible.
But they still let us back into Starbucks after that too, so it's okay.
Oh my gosh, you did it at a Starbucks?
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
I thought we'd forgotten it. I hadn't heard about that for a long time.
Now I had an accident with Bay State Blue, and Troy put on their blue what? Those little guys.
The Smurfs.
Yeah, call me a Smurf. Yep.
Yeah.
I walked into the pen room one day, and there was this huge puddle of blue on the floor. I looked at it, looked at him, and said, "What happened?" I said, "Nothing, nothing at all." No.
Hey.
Nothing at all. No notice.
I'm
That's
blue
like
now.
having a dog that chews up the furniture and coming home to it, or the pillows and stuff like that. And they're as innocent as anybody, but they have little pieces of cotton or feather all over their mouth.
Mm-hmm. You've been caught red-handed, literally.
Okay.
Oh, want to see some new pens that I got for my birthday? So I got basically like 5 pens in like the span of 1 week because they all came at the same time. So Larry gifted me this pen, and I love it a lot. Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya. There's 1.5. It's a nice pen. And
Nice.
it came with a gold nib on it, and I switched it for a flex nib. There's something wrong with the gold nib. I had to have it sent out. Then I got these two, and they were a buy one, get one free from Kevin from Fountain Pen Revolution. And then on my birthday, he had another buy one, get one free sale. So I bought 2 more. And then these came from China in the same package, but I bought them at different times. And they're really nice.
I saw your review on those.
I like this. I like this
That's
red
beautiful.
one.
Oh, okay.
It's got such beautiful chatoyancy. And the cute little maple leaves on it.
Right.
That's my kind of pen.
Yeah.
What is the name of that pen?
This is called Pendulum N8. It's just gorgeous. And then I got this is a Mahjong P136, and it's a Mont Blanc 146 knockoff. It's got like all the parts, but I put a gold nib in it.
Oh, kitty. Kitty.
Yep, there she is.
Here's one.
Here's my kitty. The kitty's a pen expert too. Yes. Hello, kitty. Come stay here. Come with me. Kitty. Precious kitty. We love the kitty. Kitty. Because my kitty wakes me up so early, and he won't leave me alone till he gets kisses and hugs and a treat. Oh.
Yep. She's on top of me at 6 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
Every morning.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
kitty. All right. Who's next, Janice?
I went around and I asked my question, so I don't really have another one to ask.
You have any? And then we'll do one. Go ahead. Now you, Janice, you share your thoughts on what you like to see.
Well, like I said before, just this, us sharing, learning from each other. Like I said, I haven't been to a pen meeting yet. I haven't learned something. And that's what I enjoy doing is learning stuff, seeing new things people have bought and how they are enjoying them and that kind of thing. So it's really cool.
Can I put my 2 cents worth in?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, did we skip you? Sorry.
I don't know.
I thought I hit everybody.
I've been talking so much at the beginning. As we come up to the holiday season, I think it would be really cool to see what kind of gifts people are giving in the field, whether it's pen, paper, ink, stationery, that kind of thing. And maybe even some things that are, festive looking, that would be a Christmas only. For example, I just opened this today, and, Cult Pens had their Christmas decorations of an ink bottle and a pen out kind of thing, and so those are great kinds of things for, I haven't even opened this. Here's the fountain pen Christmas.
Ooh.
So finds that are seasonal, whether we all celebrate Christmas or whether there's I can't remember how many holidays there are between now and January, but there's a lot of different
38, I think. Oh no, a little more. Okay.
Many.
But you know what? I'd also like to see us venture off the beaten track sometimes. One time we started talking about, I think we talked about pets once upon a time, or just add a little spice of life to the actual meetings.
Okay.
So Janice, where you're talking about the holidays, my grandparents back in the 80s, I think, for a Christmas gift, gave me this Schaefer.
Cool.
See it.
Look, look.
And it has
Yeah. Information on
Yeah, I know
and then it
about
has the snow pen. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
And it writes wonderful. I have one too.
Oh, do you?
Really?
They came out with
Yes.
2 different ones, and then I haven't seen any more than that.
I came across one person and I saw they were selling those and they had the picture of the box and I thought they just intrigued me and I bought it and I'm so glad I did. Yeah, I love the snow pen.
And even from those very talented people, maybe even the Christmas cards that they may have found somewhere that were, you know, just a really good fit as far as maybe the calligraphy message on them or something like that, or from those who actually do hang out and do some calligraphy, because of course we know that Marilyn does that, Joe does that, and Mike Ford does something like that, you know. So it would be cool to see some of the artists showcase some of their Christmas designs. And here comes Janice.
I just wanted to share something with you, so kind of offbeat. My son is into bird watching, and they also have
Alexa, stop.
5
Sorry.
cats. And I found this Christmas card that I just couldn't resist.
Aw.
Isn't
That's
that
cute.
lovely?
So that's kind of off the beaten path too. But
My
No,
apologies.
yeah.
This actually says 1997 on this one. There was one in the 80s that they gave me, and I think that was brand.
yeah,
My apologies. I got them mixed up.
Yeah, I
Is
looked
that
at
a
my
book?
box.
Is
I'm
that
not
what that
sure
is?
what year it was. I know I just bought it used from someone, but it's a wonderful little pen. I've been using it. I bring it out every Christmas, and that's one of
I do my Christmas cards with it.
Yeah.
And I would love to find a snowflake pen. I don't know, they're out there somewhere, but I just don't know.
This one has snowflakes on it.
Uh-huh.
You can't really see it, but it's in this area. It has little snowflakes stamped in it.
Moon Man or Mahjong has a brand new pen out. It's called the Mahjong Snowflake C1 Eyedropper. Let's see, I'll show you a picture of it. This is what it looks like.
I haven't done a review yet.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's got a little
That's
reindeer
very-
and snowflakes on it.
Yeah.
It's real pretty.
That is
That's
pretty.
very reasonably priced.
Comes
too.
with an eyedropper. It's only $26. Pretty good price. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marilyn.
There's 2 other ones out there, but I can't seem to find them at this moment. Oh, I found one. Oh, this is probably one better.
Oh, that's a nice one, Larry.
Yeah, this is called Candy Cane. Yeah, I'm fixing to do a review on this one. Yeah, this is from Monte. What is it? Magna Carta. Yeah.
This is my
Oh,
stuff.
that's cute.
Oh, now I have the same one.
Yeah, I love it. So anyway,
That's very
It's a
pretty.
beautiful
I'm glad you
pen.
found one, Janice.
I am too. And it was
Away.
just kind of by accident. And that's been about 4 or 5 years ago that I did that. So, but every Christmas I bring out my snow pen and that's what I use.
This is from Magna Carta, brand new. The Candy. It's called Candy. And they write beautiful, really. And I must share with you my one and only monster, the one and only Delta.
Oh,
Yay! Back from the day. Back from the day.
That's pretty.
Yeah. That time when
Are they going to start making those again?
Yeah, they said they were. I forgot who was doing it. Who are they under now? I forgot. But yeah, they said they were. So waiting to see. But they're so expensive. I don't want to pay $900 stuff like that. So
5 1 2 8 8 5 7 4 0 9.
I don't know what that was. I just wanted to point out that if you go to the 99-cent store and you get these really crappy envelopes, that even the feathering has a really cool technique. It looks like you're writing with a snowflake. If you write with certain inks, that's Pelican 4001 Brilliant Green, and that's Pelican Edelstein Appetit.
Appetite.
That's pretty.
Appetite? No, it's not appetite. It's appetit.
Appetite. Okay, appetite.
I don't know.
We can eat it.
I've been calling it appetite since it came out.
And this one's Yaban Kainite du Nepal. It has silver shimmer in it, but you really can't see it unless you're really looking for it.
Oh, it's
But-
there very shows
You
very
should have
well
a live
done.
stream too.
So, Janice, what is your thoughts then about the writing cursive and to do some of that on here and journaling and planners?
Well, we can work that in too. I mean, hopefully this is going to be going on for a long time. So we got,
Yeah, but
you know,
I'm interested.
to-
I don't want to get stuff that people aren't, but I'm sure we're going to get people that will be interested. And
Yeah.
I'm one of them. It's really important to me that the cursive writing continues. And because I write horrible. You can ask Marilyn, yeah, or damn.
Oh, your writing's great. It's legible. There's people that I have in Belgium. Their writing's like chicken scratch. So,
So when I get a letter from Maryland, it's just so beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's just, I say, look,
oh,
Jay,
thank you, Larry.
it's writing. And then I said, look at mine. I'm a slob. Oh,
Well, when I
Even
get
Dan-
writing fast, mine gets a little jiggly.
Yeah.
even Dan has nice writing now. Everybody but me. Oh, well.
That's what Marilyn sent me for my 65th birthday.
Oh,
Wow.
So, I was thinking I'm going to do, well, not just that, but put in the writing, the planners. People love planners and journaling as well. People love that.
speaking of planners, I got a brand new Hobo Nietzsche.
Yeah.
Hobo Nietzsche.
So I'm going to have people coming on and talk about their journey with it. It's going to be very interesting. So that should provide some interest to the group. And then, of course, pens. I want to get the maker of the pen if y'all are interested in it. But then there's some that are going to need help with English. That's been the problem with two of them. They can't speak English. Well, three with not Magna Carta, but is it Galen Leather?
Galen, yes.
Yeah, he just can't speak English. So
He's in Turkey. He's in Turkey, right?
Yeah.
do what, Jake?
Yeah, he does fairly well in writing. I've not heard him speak yet, but yeah, he's in Turkey.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of things we can cover, and we can have fun. We can hopefully make this pen club expand and make it worthy of all people from all over the world. We want to
Larry?
talk. Yeah. Huh?
With the translation thing, how would that work? Because I mean, if they're translating what everybody's trying to say for that person, that's gonna
Take
Take a long time.
make that work.
What I see, and somebody texts me or emails me and they can't speak English, they have it called underneath it called translate, and just hit that and it's gonna translate everything they said, let's say from Arabic to English, and then you write back to them and they get the same thing, but that's just one at a time. But if we're on here, I wouldn't know how it would work.
Yeah, if we have some kind of functionality for subtitles.
I don't know.
I think what might be interesting is we could have kind of both worlds. We could have a guest on, like Larry's saying, talk about journaling, but kind of limit it to maybe 30 minutes or so, and then we could have another 30 minutes that we could share and talk and do that kind of stuff too. It's just not all about one person, the whole thing. What do you think about that?
That's possible, yeah.
I'll say this
I
out.
think just trying to
That's
whatever
okay.
comes up that.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
just that
Liz.
with the pen club, a lot of the stuff I enjoy is the interaction with the people. They're what they bought, what they're doing, you know, that kind of thing too. So
The guests won't come out like every month. You know, it's like it'll be static all over the place. You know, so
yeah,
that shouldn't hurt. And I bet you people would love the thoughts and ideas that they have come up with and showed how they do their journaling, which is I'm a journaler. I like journaling and use a planner, which I've used before. But yeah, to pertain to the group itself, I want to get to the heart of the group, what they like to do. Yeah. Pens, like Janice said, pens and inks and paper, and what works and what doesn't work, and what they like and don't like, and why, the cost of the pens. How do you sell pens? Where do you sell pens? You know, are you going to get that right price or what? Make sense, Janice?
yeah.
No? Okay. Now, did you like that or not? I mean, be truthful.
Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
mean, I'm flexible, whatever, you know, everybody wants.
But I want to do,
Yeah,
I want to do,
yeah.
and I'm sure you're on the same page with me. We want to do what the group enjoys and
Yeah.
also what we enjoy. And this is what we talk about, fountain pens, you know? That's what we do, right, Jan?
Right.
I guess.
Well, I hope you're all sitting down because I'm using one of these inferior devices today.
That's nice. Yeah,
Well,
what
I
brand is
like
it?
some of the
Oh,
inferior
Marilyn.
devices too.
It's a scan pen.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Is it right?
I'm a big Retro 51 rollerball fan, so I've got quite a collection.
Yeah, those are nice, Janice. Those are
I would love to see your collection of that. Yeah, they're beautiful pens.
I was given this pen yesterday when I went to the doctor's office and I can't put it down. I think I have a problem.
Yeah, you need to go back to the doctor.
Yeah.
What kind of
We're suing for that. Yeah.
Perfect, Stan.
Well, it wasn't given to me by the doctor, just somebody in the office. They were promoting this healthcare thing.
You probably get a lot of that from your suppliers anyway.
You get all kind of pens, and they just go in this bucket over here. Like, take this inferior device away from me.
And probably notepads and has a scrap paper, that kind of thing.
Oh, Sharpie.
Yeah, Sharpie S Gel. This is a nice pen too, but it's got a very broad.
Let's see.
Broad line.
I love it. Yeah, I love that. Is that gel or is that
it's gel?
Gel.
And I've seen a lot of pens at the doctor's office now come in gel or rollerball. Much better.
Yeah.
I don't put them down. I don't.
I'd like to get on the soapbox for a minute. Can I, Larry?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh boy.
I am not a fan of those who think that there's only one type of pen to write with and one place to use it. I work in a diamond office. I make all kinds of reports and stuff like that. I could never function on the type of paper I use using a fountain pen. And so today you've got a roller ball or a ballpoint or a pencil, whatever in your hand. I would go on a limb and say we are not fountain pen snobs here, and there's a time and a place for all different kind of writing instruments, and you are welcome here. And I'm sorry, Larry, I just had to say that.
No, and you're quite right, because I've talked about that before in the past. And I'm for these people to bring whatever they enjoy, ballpoint, rollerball, it doesn't matter. fountain pen, I mean pencil. There's so many, a variety of pencils now, not just the number 2 that I grew up with, and I'm interested in it. I will use a pencil. I even use sometimes a crayon to write with. I just love the experience, So, and crayons are cool. There's different size crayons. Love it, love it. I tried to draw a picture. I think, Dan, you got one. Not very good. Don't show it. Oh, it's horrible. Pathetic. Bad. I can't even draw a Christmas tree. So anyway, it's pathetic. But that's all I want to bring to the table. We take them all, right? Not just one.
I just want to add, we're not a fountain pen snobs, but we reserve the right to make fun of you for using a ballpoint pen.
Sorry, Stan, would you repeat that, please?
Fair.
Stan?
And well,
Stan, could you repeat that, please?
Liz, one of my favorite pencils is the Blackwing. Do you like that one?
Yes, of course. I use pencil every day at work. That's how I use
really?
it. So I buy all different types, and I have different favorites, and and erasers. I'm an eraser snob too.
Yeah, I keep a black.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, they're really nice writing pencils.
Is that a retro 51, Dan?
I don't know what it is. It's an antique.
Looks like a retro 51.
It's a Schaefer's.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Really?
It's an old Schaefer's.
Huh.
And it's got gold hardware on it. I got that in a box of junk that I bought at a sale once.
You never know. You never know. The tricks are treats. Yep.
Is that a
I got all
pencil
shiny
or a
up pretty. It
pen?
used to be pretty dull looking. But my only problem is the darned eraser.
It died.
It's all dried out and it's huge.
Oh.
And I can't find one to replace it.
I bet retro 51 erasers will fit it because they have pens too, and you might check.
Hi, Franklin.
They have the big racers on their
What's it
pencils.
called again?
Hi, who?
Retro 51.
Oh, okay.
But they have the huge erasers on theirs,
Okay.
and I'm not sure where you can buy them. Probably on Amazon, I would guess.
Yeah.
My advice is to get this.
Size this is, that's the thing.
My advice is to get a separate eraser, like this Pentel Click eraser. It has a retractable. Yeah, well, those pink things. I find that if you write on a certain type of paper and you erase it, it leaves that pink color behind.
Yeah, see, I've got what you're talking about, but
this white one doesn't leave that any color behind.
I've got separate erasers, but it just isn't the same thing as having one that's part of it,
Yeah.
But anyway.
Has people ever shopped at Jet Pens?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've got a lot of cool stuff.
They got everything.
Yeah, they've got a lot of cool stuff that I don't have the pen with me. It's a ballpoint with 4 different colors and an eraser. Just marvelous pen. Very reasonable.
Really good erasers.
That next time. Huh?
And you said they sell really good erasers too, and replacement erasers for.
Yeah.
So that might be a place to look.
And maybe they could look for it for you. But yeah, they're pretty cool, and they got a lot of cool stuff. But they have mechanical pencils. I'm into mechanical pencils as well.
Mm-hmm.
Love them, love them, love them. Use them in school. I'm learning how to use them because I tend to press too hard and break the lid. So I'm trying not to write so hard. So, and they have different color lids now. Do y'all know that? The red, blue, green. So, and that's cool. So that's my thoughts for that. Anybody else, Dan?
That's all I got.
Dan?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Dan and Stan.
Dan and Stan. Yeah.
Dan and
like
Stan.
Lannis and Janice.
I'm good. I can't stay much longer. I just think about my wife's going to think she's a widow if I don't get off here soon.
Yeah.
So, Larry, I have a question for you. How is this group different than any of the others we have?
I didn't hear what shit.
How is the group different from our others?
Right now, it's not. I think until we get people that want to do more of what we do and add the two, it would make us different. Would that make any sense? Like, you know, how many times have you done journaling? How many times have we done the planner? How many times just us have talked about the cursive writing? How many times have we really showed ink colors in our group? Not just one, but many, and talk about what they like and don't like, and about the pens, and about how different we have different pens, like the ballpoint, and like, you know, I have one that has 4 different colors in it, the ballpoints, the gel, the roller balls. That make any sense or not? Is that different or not, Landis?
Well, I guess I'm just wondering if this was like a reorganization or a regrouping or, you know, that kind of thing from what you used to call Larry's Zoom Hangout.
No, that's going to stay the same. This will be totally different. Yeah. Yeah. This is what we named it, Jake and Janet.
Fountain Pendulum.
Yeah. We're going to keep that like that. So, you know, hopefully people from all over and even out of the state will join in.
Guys.
But,
Gotta run.
Gotta run. You better hurry up. Tell her hi. Yeah. So, what's your input, Janice?
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier is in the past, when I've been part of the Zoom groups, we have a guest pen maker or something. We spend a lot of time with that. And I've got to know Lannis and Liz a lot better today than I ever did in a Zoom meet. And that's what I want to do, is I want to know the members and what they're doing and what they're interested in. And, you know, now I know when I think of pencils, I want to think of Liz. So, you know, that kind of thing. And when I use my snow pen, and that's the kind of stuff I want to see more interaction like that with the people. So anyway.
So how many times did you have this on?
My little dog is telling me it's lunchtime, so.
So when's our next one?
Janice, when do you want to meet again?
I don't know. We haven't set a date. When's a good time? Y'all want to try December, or do you want to try January?
Yeah, I was thinking December would be cool before Christmas.
Right, but I'd like to show off my inklet calendar sometime.
Okay.
Because I think you guys would think that's fun.
Before Christmas or after Christmas?
Maybe be in the middle between.
Yeah.
Okay, before actually Christmas. Okay, yeah. And why don't is Saturday a good day?
Yeah, just join. Make it not so early in the morning. I'm sleepy over here in California.
So what about 11 o'clock? Yeah, what time is it?
The timing works good for me because it's not 2 hours ahead of some of the other meetings that we've had. Okay. So it's only an hour difference for me, and that's fine. Although it might be, how many hours?
You're 2 hours, and you and Marilyn are 2 hours, right?
I'm in California. It's 3 hours. No,
2 hours.
It was 8 o'clock when you started.
Okay, 3 hours. Yeah,
it's 2 hour difference later.
For me,
2 hours. 2
for me,
hours.
it's +1. So.
How much, Stan?
+1. So your 10 o'clock is my 11.
What about
Stan and I are in the same time zone?
Is 1 o'clock Central Time good, bad?
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect.
A little later.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Okay, well, we'll
at least I'll have my coffee and I'm woken up. I still haven't had my coffee. I'm a little zoned out right now.
Let's make it. So we want to do it before Christmas. So what about the 17th of December?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, 17th of December, 1 o'clock.
Perfect.
Wait a second.
Is that okay with y'all?
What date is that?
Saturday, 17th.
Saturday, December 17th. At what time? 1 p.m.
What time did you say?
1. Now, that probably wouldn't be a good time for some people who are international, but, you know, we haven't gotten anybody yet. So when we do start getting some people in, maybe we can adjust the time a little bit too there. So,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it comes together, but we've got the foot in the door, and we're interested. Now we want to
got it started anyway. Yes.
Yeah, right. And hopefully we'll get some new blood in here, some new energy that will put their input in here. And then whatever they put in here, our good friends that have been with us all the time can elaborate with them what their thoughts are. And, you know, the likes and dislikes. You know, there's some people that have that won't say that because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. Well, right. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That's not my thing. I just want to know what works and don't work. And if they don't like it, why? But there's some things I don't like, you know, so I don't care for it too much. But that's me. So I'm a snob.
I'll try not to talk about raw points anymore. I'm sorry.
But I do like using pencils, for real. Do love using pencils.
Well, maybe Liz sometimes can educate us more on pencils too, because I'm really interested in pencils. I just...
Okay, but here's what I'm interested in, cannot find it. I have been searching, and it's a number 2 pencil. It's red, and it's a fat pencil. And I used that in grade school. I think in first grade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to get.
I know what you're talking about. I think it's called a Koh-i-Noor jumbo pencil.
Yeah, they started the children off with those way back in like 5 or 6 decades ago.
Yeah, I remember those.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Hey, Bud, ma'am. Hello. Landis, what?
Oh, yeah. I said, yeah, they started the kids off with those way back about 4 or 5 decades ago.
Long time.
For me, yes.
Hey, I go further than that. That's why I stopped right there. 4 or 5 decades, 20, 30, 40, 50. No, that's good enough. No, 1 more decade and we're on. Yep, so that would do it. Yep. So, anybody else have anything to say before we depart?
I'd like to say thank you to Janice for bringing this all together. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Janice.
You're welcome, but mostly it was Larry. I was just kind of the assistant. So anyway, but it's just been fun today. I've enjoyed it. I really have.
I say when we meet on the 17th?
Yeah.
I say bring your most festive drink and the recipe for it with you when you come.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds fun.
And you know, also, again, it's up to y'all. If you want to stay longer, we can. Like today, we went from 10 to 11:26. We stayed longer. We had more to talk about, more to share. And it was interesting. And I paid attention. So it was new stuff for me. Maybe we've said it again over and over again, but it's still interesting to me. So I think we're on the right track. So anything else from anybody? And we're going to work, Janice, Jake and I, on the emblem of the Pen Club, and we're going to try to find a way to put it on first and show the emblem, and then we come on maybe. So that's what's happening. Anything else?
Happy Saturday.
Oh, bring your favorite inks too. I want to see.
God. And you know what? And bring your swabs too.
And journals. Let me know what you're using in the new year.
I got a bunch, but yeah. And I've made some refills for them too. Yep. So, all right, folks. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my pen friends. P-E-N, ink it up. See you real soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, man. Have a good day, everyone.